the people that were telling me what to do weren't the ones that achieved anything. That's what I mean, just be different and don't let other people brainwash you, because you have the best ideas as you grow up, because that's your own mindset, you're built for that.
Yo, welcome back to episode 7 of On the Rise podcast. Today we've got a very special guest, Ben. He owns the clothing line Escape the System. And today he's just going to tell us a little bit about how he got started and basically how it's going and what's going to happen for him in the future.
Hi guys, yeah, so it's Ben, and yeah, I'll be going through the steps needed to start a clothing brand and like some tips that you shouldn't watch out before starting, because like there's some mistakes I made which I could have, avoided, but I didn't pay attention enough. So I'm here to help you guys.
Cool. So first question I have for you. So like you're obviously a hustler, which is always awesome to see, like especially at such a young age. What is like the earliest hustle you remember having?
That's a good question, right? Well, okay. I think I was like 12 or 13. Well, I wouldn't say it was the best hustle, but basically, I was buying vapes from fucking stores and just reselling them. And yeah, that was the first hustle I did.
Early grind. Yeah, man. And was that lucrative or no?
Well, like now I look back at it, I wouldn't be, that proud of myself, but I had to do something, because like
you had to do what you had to do.
I had to do what, yeah.
I probably don't recommend that if you're listening and you're getting started, but I mean, yeah, like I said, Ben had to do what he had to do. That's interesting.
I mean, it can be lucrative, right? What was your profit on each item?
Well, actually, like I didn't have much profit margin because I didn't know where to get the cheapest things from. So I probably had I always had like this rule where whatever I resell, I had more than 50% profit margin.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And how much were you like? And so you would just buy directly from the vape stores and then sell them like?
Yeah, well, basically
at school or?
Yeah, well, I was underage at that time, so what I would do is I would go online, I'll order the vapes, and since it's online, they don't check for ID unless you go in the store and pick it up, So I ordered to like a PPL pickup store, and I would just go there and pick up the vapes and then just sell to my friends,
Damn, bro. I was not expecting that. I was expecting like low key like lemonade stand when I was like 9. Bro, hello with the fucking vapes at 12. Alright, fair enough. I was not expecting that. Okay. And how much would you say you were selling like in a month, or like in terms of like sales? How much were you doing monthly?
It wasn't that much. Like maybe in a month I would say maybe 2,000 crowns. Not much.
Yeah, at 12, that's pretty.
Well, I think Escape System's got to be making more than that.
Yeah, I mean definitely. Yeah, now it's like legal. I can put everything into it. I don't have to worry about getting caught or anything.
Yeah.
So.
And speaking of legal, is Escape the System like? Are you like registered as with trade license, or is it like that big yet, or?
Like currently, I'm not registered. I could do it, but the thing is, there's another clothing brand called Escape the System, but it's not like a fashion brand. It's like a random ass clothing brand. So I think it's gonna be hard for me to register it. So I have to think about that, but. Yeah.
Shit, how is that gonna work out? Do you think you're gonna have to like switch up names? Like, damn, that's pretty like tough.
No, I think I could just do like Escape the System ETS as like a whole name,
Okay, yeah, that could work. I could see that.
SRO.
Oh, and I mean, your brand is called Escape the System. Like, what's the deeper meaning or like the mission of that name?
Well, like ETS is what's shown on like on the hoodies and stuff, and it stands for Escape the System. And well, the meaning was like, I have a quote for my brand. So whenever you purchase like a hoodie, it comes with it. So what it says on it is, as you grow up, I'll just get it. I'll just get the quote.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the quote is, the world brainwashes you as you grow up. Listen to your own mind and not others. And it has like a deeper meaning. So basically, while I was growing up, I was really like told what to do and what not to do about businesses, and achieved anything. It was the ones like that followed the crowd and thought like it's the right move, you know. But I always knew that's not how you get successful, because then unique, you can't achieve what you want because everyone else can do it. So that's what I mean, just be different and don't let other people brainwash you, because you have the best ideas as you grow up, because that's your own mindset, you're built for that.
That's super cool. Yeah, I mean, advice, like what I've always, or something that I've learned about as well is or that I've heard about, I guess, is advice from average people is average advice.
Correct. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't, because those guys, they don't know your goals, or they don't know your goals and aspirations. So the advice they're giving to you is just, it's like it's tied to their goals and aspirations. Like there's kind of like some skew in terms of the advice they're giving you. And basically, like, the bottom line is like, don't take advice from people that have, way smaller goals than you, because it doesn't align to where you want to be.
Yeah, it puts a limit on you.
Exactly.
Did the like message come first and then the clothing brand, or were you like, I want to make a clothing brand, like this is a message I really like, maybe I'll associate it?
Oh no, the message came first, and basically I used that message to like, well, I didn't really thought of starting a clothing brand at the start. I just wanted to build like a community where I could like help people about making businesses. Like I'll teach them what I've done to make some money like at their age, because it's really hard to start doing like side hustles when you're like 15, 16, unless you know people. So that was my first aim, but I just turned it into a clothing brand because it's easier to like spread and build the community. And right now it's working, People can get the message through their clothes, which is it's like a win-win for both of us.
That's sick. You mentioned that you feel like when people they're growing up, they're like brainwashed. What are your thoughts on like the education system right now?
Well, the thing is, yeah, the education, like the system is of course like it's built for achieving something that the government and stuff wants, It's like, okay, whatever subjects you do, you can use it in the future and get a job from it. I'm not saying it's a bad option, but that's like a basic option, And if you're smart enough, you can use this educational system to basically learn skills that are needed to like bypass it and not go to like work or like, universities and do stuff. Like, for example, schools are teaching you like how to how to do physics and maths, but it's only useful for universities. Like if you're going to do business, like honestly it's not useful unless you're doing some like businesses which involves like mechanical engineering and stuff. But even at that point, you can hire someone else to do it for you, so you can spend more time learning about business and how to actually grow the business instead of just working on the technical stuff. So it's basically like using the smart people to gain advantage, and the school are making those smart people, but they wouldn't become the most riches in the world. They'll be the ones getting used.
Doing the dirty work.
Yeah, basically.
Completely agree. Yeah. I would say that when I mentioned the education system, I would say like, or this is something you hear a lot, is that the education system basically designs you to become a worker. They like give you, so homework and like these tasks in the classroom, they're always just delegating tasks to you. So you can't really think for yourself. And obviously, you become so used to taking tasks from other people that, like you said, you start getting, I guess, kind of taken advantage of like guys who have the like business mindset and are outsourcing you to do their work for you. So it's interesting. It's interesting how that works.
Yeah, dude. It's supposed to be like the safest way, right? But I don't know about that anymore, because I think companies like Google and Tesla, they don't care if you have a college degree anymore. They like remove that requirement. So is it really the safest option to drop like $200K to go to college and then have the the same qualifications as someone who has been like working for 4 years? I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, you go on.
yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, I can like tell a story of basically, my dad has a friend, and he started this finance company in Pakistan, and he basically grew it big enough to where it had banks in like London and stuff. And he last year he sold the company for like millions of pounds. It got acquired by like this Chinese like fintech group, and basically, I mean, the guy had no qualifications at all. So that, I mean, that just like kind of reminded me of that.
And what kind of finance did he start? Like,
He did an exchange. He had a like exchange company, so and like a bank transfer like online
oh,
in Pakistan. So I mean, that just reminded me of that. Like the fact that like qualifications really isn't that necessary. I mean, I was listening to this dude. You know Hamza.
oh yeah, yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Hamza. So he was talking about this thing called synthesizer, or where you like synthesize ideas, and basically this is like the new like meta of making money, right? This is what he said, and basically what you do is you take in a lot of knowledge in a particular like niche that you're interested in. So let's say it's business, gym, fashion, and you take in a lot of knowledge, and then basically you consume as much as you can, and then you try implementing that knowledge for yourself into your life. And then once you've done that and you have the experience of implementing it, you're able to compress what you know and teach that to other people online. And it doesn't matter if you have qualifications, people will be willing to learn from you. So I mean, I know basically this is just like going on into like consulting and stuff. But yeah, the qualifications really does not matter that much.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah.
Cool. And did you not say you started off with like you were gonna do consulting?
Well, my plan was first I was gonna start like it's not like a course, but like I was gonna start like a group where I would just like give advices on what small like side hustles to start. But I thought about it. It's not like I can charge money for it because it has no value to it because it's really like I spent my time working on it and finding all by myself. So I can't really put a value that I would sell it for. So what I was gonna do is just like help people and either get commission or do something long term. So it's both beneficial for us. But yeah, I couldn't like really figure it out how to do it. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, commission sounds interesting. You could do like take a 10% of whatever they earn from you, and they get it for free.
Yeah. It's like building some like children's, the empire.
And it reminds you of like private equity companies. Basically, these are like large firms that will like buy out, that basically invest in smaller companies, and then they'll take like a share of like their turnover or something, or like their profit.
Yeah, it's like the
It's
richer
pretty
get
smart.
richer.
Exactly. So then you transitioned from that into fashion, and like why fashion? Why was that the path you wanted to take?
Well, I saw that fashion is growing, and basically, you know, what I learned from my life is like, for example, let's say drop shipping and stuff. If you actually started drop shipping as soon as it was blowing up, which was around like what 2019, like if you hopped on the trend, then you actually would have achieved something because there wasn't much competitions around you. So I learned my mistake from that. So as soon as I saw that fashion is trending, I hopped on. I started a clothing brand. I learned, and right now it's going good. Because like so many people on TikTok and stuff, they see like how to start clothing brands and stuff, but they never actually put the effort into starting one. So it just shows like not everyone can do it, even though it might seem easy. So that's why you know it's like a good step to start your entrepreneurship. You can build up and start different businesses from that. You'll just learn.
That's interesting. So you never really had like a huge interest in fashion. It was more like you were just trying to time the market.
Well, like from like yeah, from my childhood, I did have interest in fashion, but I would never thought of myself like starting a clothing brand or doing anything related to it, you know. And but now, like, you know, now it's like this, and you know, it's life.
And if I was trying to start my own fashion brand, what's like one mistake you'd tell me like don't like avoid basically?
Well, the one mistake I would say is like plan out first, you know, because like you see so many like these TikTok brands and stuff like starting fashion clothing brands, and they never last more than like half a year just because they haven't planned out and found the audience. You know, the most important part about starting a clothing brand is not about the designs and stuff. It's about the meaning behind it and like the community. You know, because you want people to wear something that they can feel good in wearing. Like for example, let's say luxury stuff like Louis Vuitton. People wear it because to flex and because it's expensive. They can feel good, you know, and that's this whole like key concept about a clothing brand. And yeah, people don't understand that and just start a clothing brand with some shitty ass designs which has no like you know meaning and stuff behind it.
How does it feel for you when you see other people wearing stuff that you designed and created?
Well, of course, like it motivates me, you know, if I see people in the streets just wearing ETS or like promoting it, and I can see like how it actually like yeah, it's actually spreading, you know, the meaning, and like um like I would never expect people to be wearing ETS around Prague, but I actually saw like a couple people wearing it, and that actually like motivated me to like work harder, and actually gave me like hope that I can achieve it. Because like Prague is a small city, you know, like you can see every one of like your friends in Prague, so might as well start a clothing brand so everyone can see their clothes in the city, you know. Like yeah, it's good.
That's sick. That's sick. Have you, like, with your whole like mission of like escaping the system, have you inspired any of your like friends to start their own businesses or not?
Well, that's a funny question because like I did have some friends who wanted to start like businesses, and you know I support that stuff. So I always tell them, okay, I'll help you, bro. Just if you need some help, tell me. And you know I helped them out, but they just gave up and kind of they didn't think they can achieve it. Like for example, I had a friend. He wanted to start like a phone case business. So he would buy like phone cases from China for cheap, and he would like have it customized or something and sell it in Prague. And I didn't tell him no, don't do it just because it's like bad idea or anything. I just told him do it because it's experience. Like doesn't matter if you lose that much money. I mean, you don't gonna lose that much money from it. It's like phone cases, but you'll at least like learn how to start a business. I mean, that's like the most important part. So I would always tell anyone, just start whatever you want. Just do it. Doesn't matter if you're gonna fail. If you fail, you fail. You'll learn how to get it better next time.
Completely
Yeah,
agree.
phone case business hits home, dude. Ages ago, maybe like a year ago,
Yeah, yeah.
or a year or two ago, I tried to like, make something similar, but instead of buying it from like China, I was trying to like 3D print them because at the time, I don't know why, I had like a little bit of knowledge in 3D printing. So I thought I can like print these for pretty cheap and then just
Yeah.
like sell them. Uh, well, fast forward like a month, I think I ended up printing one for my phone and it didn't fit. So then I realized like, yo, it's quite difficult to like, it's like millimeters of room, right? So if you do it a little bit wrong, then you have to reprint it. It was a pain in the ass. And then, yeah, I suffered the same fate where I gave up right there. But that was my small business, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, at least you tried.
Yeah, but I got the first product out.
Experience. Going back to learning lessons, have you ever heard that you can either learn lessons with money, like paying for the lessons, or that you can learn them with time, letting time pass by with experience and then learning those lessons?
Well, it really depends. Like, you can learn valuable lessons by paying the money, which can save you time. But, I mean, time is worth money. So it really depends
Yeah.
if you want to, use your time to get the knowledge or spend the time and save time. I mean, spend the money and save time and get the knowledge. So it's like, it's both.
Which one do you value more?
Well, I personally value the first option where it is like you spend time, just because like we're young, you know, that we still have time, you know, we don't have to rush into things and spending money. I mean, you can always spend money on like small things about you know, the business, but mainly if you spend time, you'll learn it on your own, and you can actually use your own knowledge, like your own mindset about the business, and change it up, you know. Because if you spend money, you're receiving information that is like used by another person, so you can't really put your own creativity into it and change it up, you know. It's like
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So when you feel like when you learn the lessons by yourself, they're more like tailored to your like
exactly,
specific situation.
yeah.
Okay, got it. Cool. That makes sense. I've seen your videos on TikTok. They're really well made. Is the did you buy a GoPro for that?
Actually, no, I didn't buy a GoPro for that video. So what I did, I had a tripod, and
Yeah.
you know, I wanted to get the GoPro view just because I've seen some videos on TikTok that blew up from that. So what I tried was like I put the GoPro in my hoodie and I zipped it up, and yeah, well, I was like leaning back and just stretching my arms in front so the video can see my arms, and it was really hard to film, but you know, it ended up working, and I managed to get like the most views ever in my video.
What's your what's like your content strategy? What do you think like works the best for clothing brands? Like in terms of like creating hype.
Yeah, like for my personally for my clothing brand, what I would like to work on is just like the aesthetics. You know, it's like how it's like choosing the right people for your clothing brand. Because I don't want like everyone to wear my clothing brand, even though if I had the option for it, I would personally pick out like some niche group from the world. Like for example, mine, I'm targeting at those people who are want to be like successful and have ambitions, you know, and wants to look good and like feel power, you know. It's like if you see my videos, you can see that it's kind of like luxury type. It's like low brightness, dark, and clean like aesthetic setups, and that's what I like, you know. So I just like to, yeah, show that and hopefully attract the same people.
And what's your like end goal? What are you shooting for?
Like end goal for my brand, or
Yeah, your brand.
well, end goal is definitely gonna be that. Well, in Prague, I could expand the business and make it big, but even if I do that, it wouldn't be as big as you could do that in the United States, like in LA. So my goal would be like to expand it at certain amount where I could actually move internationally, and from then I'll just like, you know, keep working hard, get designers, get models, and just like shoot around Prague, you know, and like just spread the community and expand it.
How do you choose your models for Escape the System?
Well, for for the brand, I currently have one model. He's just my friend, and I chose him just because, you know, he has good like style and stuff. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I had many people who wanted to model for my stuff, and I wouldn't let them. Like I wouldn't tell them no, but you know, I don't think they're the right people just because like they don't have the, you know, style that can fit into the brand, you know. Like for example, the model I
The
have,
vibe.
it's like he's not tall, he's not like a model, but he actually has like kind of a clout on Instagram and stuff. And since I used him, I got many customers that came from him, you know, because he had friends and stuff. So
That's smart.
I
That's
like to
smart.
pick people who have actually like clout and like supporters.
That's cool. With all the like deadlines and drops, you know, like hype around fashion, do you feel like clothing lines have an advantage, like when it comes to organic traffic?
Organic traffic, yeah, definitely clothing brands have advantage because like for example on TikTok, yeah, like you don't even have to make ads. There's some brands that don't even make ads and still get like sales, and that's just because, you know, people like to see the videos, and they like to, you know, keep scrolling and looking at it and just ends up buying the hoodie, you know.
For sure, for
And
sure.
how much are you like? We can talk a little numbers here. How much are you producing those hoodies for, bro?
Oh, the cost.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going for the cost. Well.
Digging in for the cost first.
Well, I don't really share the cost, but as I said, I always had the rule where my profit margins are above 50%.
Ah, okay. You're still following that.
Yeah, still following the rule.
Since 12, since 12.
Yeah, I still see
That's
you're
smart.
adding value and stuff. You have like that special bag that comes with it and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
card as well.
Yeah,
So,
everyone likes that bag. Like, just if you see the most views that I have on the video, everyone's just talking about the bag. They're like, "Where'd you get it from? Hey, where can I buy the bag?" You know, and yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really nice way to, I don't know, add like a, what is like, just it's like a nice touch, you know. And how are you able to get that together? I'm sure there's like, since you asked, there's a lot of demand for how you were able to get that for your brand. How are you able to get that type of like customized, delivery?
Oh well, first of course,
Is this something that you like made yourself, or
Oh, what do you mean, like the designs or like how I got the bags?
the bags and
Oh
stuff,
well, I
the
have a
cards?
manufacturer in China, and basically, I just come up with the designs on my own. I just make it on Photoshop or Illustrator, and I just send it to him, and he produces for me, and just I receive it. It's pretty simple.
So do you have the do you have him, do you have like your supply like stored with you, or is it in China and then
Oh
they send
yeah,
it
no, I
directly
have my
from
supply
China?
with me. It's not like a drop shipping. I have all the supplies in my room, and I just make the order when I get the order from the website, and I just ship it out.
Oh, okay, that's cool, that's cool. I see you updated the website. That's I like checked
Yeah.
it, and the SEO is a lot better. I don't know if you've heard of SEO.
What?
Search engine
Yeah,
optimization.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
a lot better. It's a lot better for that now, because before I think you had like that huge video in the background,
Yeah, no, yeah.
and that made the website super slow, dude. So it's
Yeah.
really good that you updated.
Yeah, I just tried to make it like simple and like aesthetics, Because first I didn't know. See, this is the mistake I made. I spent like $50 on the Shopify theme which it has like a video in the background, but it really didn't have good conversion rates.
Yeah, good return.
Yeah.
You're mentioning community a lot.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like, is it because community basically directly attributes like a lot of organic traffic, or why is community like important in a clothing brand?
Well, by community, I mean like for example, my brand will be that it's like building the area, the space around you. Like building the people first makes the business always better. Like for example, mine is escape the system. So I'm building those people who, feels like they wanna use their own knowledge and like work on themselves. And as you do this, of course you get supporters and like fans. And what it brings you is that it brings you like free promotions, like they just tell their friends about the brand, so you don't have to spend money on ads, but you just get the sales from their friends of friends. It's like the connections. So it's just easier to make the brand bigger.
So they don't even have to like the design. They just have to agree on the mission, and they'll spread the word basically.
Well, like of course they have to like the design just to wear it. Like I wouldn't say
Right.
like even if it's like medium to good tier, like let's say it's not the excellent one, but if it has a good meaning, people will buy it, just to wear it and like feel nice, and yeah, they can, yeah.
Do you think you're focusing more on like marketing or like operations, like making the product better?
Like the most time I spent, like mostly I spend my time on, I would say, making the designs, but it's not always the best, because like I make some designs and I don't like it, and I just ditch it, and not use it. But on like building the community and stuff, like promoting the videos on TikTok, I just try to make videos which has like high quality looks. So it does take some of my time, but I wouldn't say it takes more time than me designing the clothes.
Really? How does your design process look like?
Well, I just use like some Adobe softwares, and I first sketch the design on paper, and from then I'll try to make it up in the softwares, and I'll put colors and stuff, make mock-ups and see if it looks good, and then I'll ask people about it. Hey, do you like this mock-up I made? And I'll see, depending on the result, if I should make it or not.
That's smart. That's smart. Yeah, market research is super
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
I feel like it gets overlooked a lot. Like people are so excited to launch a product, they like completely forgot to like basically check if it's if there's even a demand for it.
yeah. It's like
Uh,
it's like when you make something, you think it's really good just because you spent your time on it, but in reality, it's not that good. It's like the dangerous part
yeah,
about your mindset.
for sure, for sure. It's super important like to be able to criticize yourself.
Yeah,
And I guess that's sometimes difficult, right? When you spend so much time working on it and you just like assign value to it because of that, instead of actually looking at what really matters is how it looks. So yeah, I guess it's kind of like a slippery slope, but the mindset's everything there.
Yeah, I like the focus that you have with just hoodies, and then like with your summer drop, I guess you'll expand into like t-shirts and stuff. Because I feel like a lot of other like clothing brands jump into like everything. They drop like bucket hat, like sweatpants all at once. And I don't know, I like you only have like 6 products at the moment. Is that like on purpose to like
well, like the products I launch are mainly the products I would wear and stuff, and basically like the brand image, like the style image, is basically like people who wear like shirts and, let's say, like a luxury side bag and some jeans and stuff. Not those like baggy jeans and like flashy clothes, but like it's like stylish and still like on the low key. So I wouldn't be
Oh, I
like
got it.
releasing hats and stuff, because I don't really see people wearing it like that.
mm-hmm.
Right. What is the style you're going for? Is it the like I think I've been hearing of this. Is it like the Y2K style? Is it uh
Well,
is it more like the baggy like streetwear?
well, now I'm trying to change. Like at first when I made the design, I think this hoodie I have, it was my first ever job. I think it does look kind of Y2K just because Y2K was trendy, but now that's not, and I don't really like Y2K. Like I didn't want it to make it like Y2K. So right now I'm changing it more like into like luxury type stuff. Simple
Okay,
designs, like clean, good material. It's like, clean aesthetics.
got it, got it. I mean, it's no secret that the clothing line like business model is really competitive.
Yeah.
What do you think like separates Escape the System from all the other brands?
Well, definitely the meaning behind it. Like, you don't really see, like, I don't really see any brands on TikTok which actually has meaning behind it. Like the design, fuck. The designs
We'll
might
cut
look
that, of
good,
course.
better than ETS, but still the meaning behind it doesn't really apply anything. So I think that makes my brand stand out and be different. And especially in Prague, like there's not much clothing brands. Like, there's one that's called what was it? Okay, it was like some full zip up hoodies, which are like colorful and Y2K. But besides that, there's nothing else that really stands out in Prague. So I think it's a really good niche market to focus on the brand.
Yeah, now Czech Republic is a really good place to. I feel like online businesses haven't popped off here as much as they have in the US.
Yeah,
So there's so much like opportunity, like for all of these like side hustles or whatever.
exactly.
And then speaking of side hustles, I guess the reason why I guess Escape the System is more, separated from the competition is because a lot of the people that start the clothing line business model, I'm guessing, are just trying to do it to like make money and like, get that side hustle going. So I'm guessing that's why they haven't really thought of the mission and, planned it out, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I agree.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking quite a lot about how the United States is better for all these side hustles and stuff. Do you think that like Czech Republic is like limiting you through like language barriers and just in general?
Well, side hustles, like it depends. Like, of course, US is bigger and it has more people that are like more like that are stupid enough to like spend their money. So I'll say it's easier in that way. But Prague is much better if you want to grow the business out and like, like keep it for long term. And yes, the language barrier is really kind of shit here because I can't really target those people that speak Czech and stuff because I don't really know what they like or stuff. So yeah, it does make it harder for me to grow my business.
Is it just I was gonna say, is it like a one-man team for now, or do you think you're gonna hire like a Czech partner or a Czech like guy to work for you so you can overcome the barrier?
Well, right now is it's me, but in the future, I wouldn't say I would hire someone. I mean, like, yeah, I could hire them. Like, I wouldn't put them in the position of like, second CEO or whatever, like in the business. I'll just pay them to do stuff, Like, for example, what I'm looking to do in the future is like have some pop-up in Prague. And for me to do that, I'll need someone who speaks Czech, which can like rent a place or like, like get a place or something. Just simply. And
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't need to like, put him in the business. I'll just have to like pay him and stuff.
Have you ever thought of like hiring designers or like a creative director
Well,
in the future?
Yeah, it'll be good to have designers because obviously, like, I'm not that good in designing. Like, I can come up with good ideas on paper, but I wouldn't be able to design them digitally. So I would need someone who can design, like, really good digitally.
Okay, cool. What do you think is the most like when you start a clothing line, and you start like outsourcing people to work for you? What's the first thing you usually outsource for? What is like the one like thing that that you don't really want to do if you want to scale by yourself? You know what I mean?
Well, first of all, you're taking advantage of the Chinese workers. I mean, that's obvious, but
Yeah.
like the mistake is buying too much stock in the first place, I'll say. Just because, yeah, if you like, for example, buy like 100 pieces without even starting a pre-order or anything, and if you like only sell 10, and if it keeps going for that for like 2 months, then you lose motivation. You don't really think it's gonna work out and you just give up. So I would just say, first what I did, I started a pre-order on my website, and I got few sales, and including in person, like in school, I'll say like around 10 sales, and from there I use their money to buy the stock, so I don't spend my own money and lose so much, and then from there I just like continued selling just normally, and it worked out.
That's super smart. So you're actually able to start without investing anything.
Yeah, I just bought like one sample. I just took photos, made the social media. It blew up kinda because everyone in Prague, they're nice and share stuff on Instagram. And since it's small, everyone can see it. Like, so the Instagram went good, and then I got pre-orders from there and just started out.
Damn, that's sick. So you're actually that's really smart. So you had the pre-order in place just to see if there was a demand.
Yeah.
And then once you found that demand, then you actually ordered the inventory.
Yeah.
And basically you were able to, it's kind of like a risk-free way of testing if it would work or not. Yeah, that's
exactly,
that's
yeah.
cool, man.
And are you holding
That's
all
cool.
the stock yourself?
Well, yeah, I'm holding all the stocks, but right now I don't really have much left. I only have like 8 pieces, and my first stock was I ordered 30 pieces. So now it's like nearly sold out, and I'm ready to go for the next job.
Okay, and for like expanding, do you think you'll need to get like a warehouse anytime soon, or it's all good?
Well, not anytime soon. I can always fill my room up with stuff. I don't mind.
Is it like when you walk in, it's just like from the floor to the ceiling, it's just ETS?
I mean, no, now.
Or do you kind of have like a?
But before it was like that, yeah. Basically, I will have like one corner of just hoodies going up, and other corner with like packaging and stuff, you know.
Uh,
Okay, I see, I see. You mentioned the pop-ups, bro. Is that like a good way to get the word out there? If you're like a clothing brand and you've kind of got past like the first point, which is like social media promotion, and now you want to take it like one step up. Is that where you go, pop-ups?
Yeah, well, pop-ups, of course, like it builds the community, you know, because it shows that you actually care about them since you're going out in Prague and trying to, you know, get close with the people. And especially in Prague, what I see most brands do is they have pop-ups at like some sneaker stores, and it actually goes well for them. You know, they get to they manage to sell a lot of hoodies and stuff, and people just like, you know, yeah, follow them and stuff.
Do you are you planning to give away like free stuff during the pop-up, like some like
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know, like free
definitely,
accessories
definitely,
or
yeah, yeah. I'm looking to like go around Prague and just drop like unknown locations, you know, and just throw away some hoodies just to create some hype and like tension around the, you know,
you should.
brand.
That's a good idea. Yeah, you should do like a fuck. What is it called? Like a treasure hunt where you just like you like drop like a fucking hoodie and then you like place it somewhere random in Prague and then like send the location on like your Insta or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
All
first one
these,
to get it gets it like free.
yeah, all this stuff like
And
makes
then
the brand more interesting for the people.
for sure. Yeah, you definitely want to like because if you're really if it's super like static and like boring, like okay, I have a brand, but the only thing that we're doing is that you can just like order the item. And you don't have like this like flashy and like dynamics feel to your brand. I feel like there's no point. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
community at all, and you have like the interaction, and you have like these like exciting things happening. That's like that's super important to scaling, I would say.
yeah. I totally agree with that. Yeah.
and what about like running ads? I think I always ask this, but any plans?
Well, yeah. I actually like when I started out, I ran a few ads on Instagram. Well, it was my mistake because I didn't know about ads. I didn't learn much, so I could, you know, use it for my potential. But I just spent some money on ads, and it didn't go that well. I didn't get many sales, and for
Mhm.
now, I just stopped using ads because I only honestly like don't need them, and they're kind of expensive, you know. But in the future, I don't feel like I'll need ads just because Prague is really small, and you can just spread the brand throughout social media and stuff. But for global, yeah, ads could be useful.
I agree. Yeah, the organic. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say that organic traffic is like it's like king when you're just like in one country,
Yeah, yeah.
especially with a clothing brand. Yeah, Tunja, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, so we always drop this guy's name, Alex Hermosi. He was talking about this thing. It's called like a client financed acquisition. It's a bit complicated. It sounds a bit complicated, but it's like where you'd run ads, and when you get a sale, that sale would pay for you to get another two customers and to also fulfill those two customers. So I don't know if that makes sense, but it'd be like if you were charging 1,800 and it costs 300 crowns to get a customer, and an additional like 1,000 to fulfill them both, then you can basically print money because you can get two customers, then for those two customers you can get four, and then for those four you can get eight, and it's like a interesting way to expand. It probably fucks your profit margins. I'm sure you don't get the 50%, but you can expand like really quickly.
I mean, that's like if you 100% knew that you get sales from the ads, right? Because like
Yeah.
for me, yeah, I couldn't get any sales at all. So you know, it was. Yeah.
Really? How much were you spending?
Actually, I can check how much I spend on ads because I have like a balance sheet. So let me just open it.
All right.
Let's go. We're recording the finance. That's good to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, this idea was by my mom, and at first I thought I don't need it, but now I look at it, it's really important.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I've always heard that like whatever number you want to find like in your company, it should always be like like 2 or 3 clicks away from you when you're on your computer.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so my ads, the total ads I spent is 3,900 crowns.
And you didn't get a sale from that.
No, but I did get a lot of followers on TikTok.
Ah, okay. Oh yeah.
Okay, so it had some effect, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some experience like that as well, where like we ran some ads. So about us, we used to do social media management in our agency, and we ran ads for this restaurant. And dude, we literally got no conversions, but our Instagram like blew up.
Yeah.
So I guess there's like that to it, but then there's also the fact that like followers doesn't necessarily mean like that you're making money. So yeah, it's like a kind of trade-off, but at least you're not walking away with nothing.
You could spend the money you spent on ads into creating like higher quality videos, you know, and that could already, you know, blew up even bigger. So
right. So yeah, I guess it's really like depending on like what you want to put your money towards.
I mean, it depends on the product, I would say. Like clothing brand, like people are not gonna buy on the first click, you know, like when they see it, they're not gonna be like, oh, I want this, and they'll buy it, you know. It's not like that. You have to really like spend some time onto like giving the meaning of the brand and like showing the designs in order to, you know, get attracted to the hoodies and stuff.
And make that like final transaction. They have to kind of go through like a journey to. It's in marketing we call that the funnel. And it's kind of like if you can imagine like a funnel shaped thing, and at the bottom you have like the final transaction. Throughout that you have like different stages like awareness, and then you're like building interest. And then you can like retarget them. Obviously you can't really do that with organic traffic, but I mean if they're like following you, they'll always see your posts like in their feed, and eventually you can get that final transaction.
Yeah, and actually on TikTok, this retargeting thing is actually possible, because the thing is, I've always see this like one brand that keeps popping up on my For You page, and I never follow it or like any of the videos. So it shows that, you know, you still can see same like accounts multiple times. So you still have chances, you know, to bring them in.
Okay, is that like I'm wondering if that's just like the TikTok algorithm like pushing it. Is there like content like popping off or?
Yeah, I think like if the video is really going well, and like I don't really know much about the algorithm, but I think it is the algorithm, because it just keeps popping up on the For You page, you know, because it's like targeting at you for some reason.
I mean, did you like look at it for a while? Did you?
Well, I mean, obviously, like if it pops up multiple times, I think I looked at it for a while, and yeah, I think it kept coming in. Yeah,
I think it detects that. It can see like when you stop scrolling, and then it tries to like give it back to you later. See if maybe you'll click that.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing about TikTok, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a scary amount of tracking. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, right now is the best time to spend money on TikTok ads before it gets to the same price as like Facebook ads and stuff, you know. Because Facebook ads, before when it was not popular, the price was like really low, you know. Like for drop shipping, people used Facebook ads because the price was really low, but now that's like TikTok, you know, and I think it's gonna keep rising, like if it's going like this.
So getting quick.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to spend money on ads, I'll say do it now, not in the future, because the prices will be higher.
Yeah. I really like the full zip design. Do you have the full zip right on your hoodies?
Yeah, full zip.
That it reminds me of like I don't know if you remember from ages ago. There used to be like these Bape hoodies.
Yeah.
Has it taken like inspiration from that?
Well, yeah, I try to Bape hoodies right now are kind of dead. It's out of fashion.
Yeah.
And basically, I try to combine like multiple different type of like genres into one hoodie. So the full zip up, it comes from Bape, and also the font and stuff, it comes from like UK, you know, and
Trapstar.
Yeah, Trapstar and stuff. So I combined both of them, which no one has ever done, and you know, it's like, I wouldn't say it's weird, but it's like unusual.
Yeah, I was really gonna get into that, like, cause I know there's some like controversy with the clothing designs, and the fact that they're like similar to like, you know, like Trapstar and stuff. I'm curious, like, do you think you're just like following like the simple idea that that a lot of art is just like heavily inspired by other artists' works, or do you think that not gonna lie, I kind of ripped off this other brand to get started, but I've got some original designs and the works for the future? Or is it kind of like a weird combination of both of those things?
Well, like it's fashion, you know, like any luxury brands have stolen ideas either from like ancient history, or like for example, like say Versace and those stuff. Like the designs are like stolen, you know, they're not original. So I would say like in fashion, I mean, stealing design, it's not like really stealing, you know? It's like using the designs to produce something else. So I'll say it is allowed, but obviously if you're like a small brand and you do that, you're gonna get some backlashes, you know? So, you know, you have to, you know, choose how much to steal.
Right. And how are you dealing with that right now? Is it, I'm guessing it's not like that crazy where like people are like spamming your inbox, but
no, it's not that crazy. Like people are saying on the comments that the hoodie's nice, but it's like a ripoff. And I just used the Trapstar font. Like it's not the same font, but it's similar. And I mean, yeah, it does kind of look similar, but Trapstar never produced anything like this before, you know. They don't have rhinestone full zip-ups. Like, you know, it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
So you added like your own spin on it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think that's fair enough. If you're able to like add your own spin and get like the demand there and people like the design, then why not, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's fashion.
Yeah, I mean, there's the idea that there's no original idea, right? It's just you're always inspired by something. So I guess you could. I don't think you'll go to court for it or something. There's no way.
Oh no, definitely not.
I mean, speaking of inspiration, what are your top like inspirations like in terms of like clothing brands?
Okay, well, first when I started, there was this clothing brand. It's called YLSK. I didn't get inspired. I didn't get the ideas of the like. I didn't use the ideas of the clothes, but I just used the ideas of its TikTok organic videos. So basically, this brand is really good at making like clean and aesthetic videos, and it shows like luxury, you know. And I try to use that to attract the same kind of audiences, and yeah, it's kind of working and it's doing good. So I would say like getting ideas from other successful brands is useful, and I wouldn't say anything like that's bad about it, you know.
Yeah, as long as you're not like literally just like putting the same design and like slapping it on.
Yeah.
On your own design. Yeah, fair enough. I think the podcast is running a bit long. I think we're almost at an hour.
Yeah.
So we can probably end it off there. Do you have anything that you want to like plug or you know?
Oh yeah, of course. Okay, my clothing brand ETS. You can search it on TikTok. It's escapethesystem.ets, and I also have an Instagram. It's escapethesystem.ets. They're both the same. So yeah, follow me, guys. Just check me out. You know, if you like it, you can. You know.
All right, we'll link you in the description.
Sneaky purchase. Yeah, man. Yeah, check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.
See you guys.
See ya.